God damn, it has been forever since I've done one of these things. Part of the reason was waiting for this sweet new microphone to come in. I don't know how to make it sound professional, but it is a professional microphone. I don't know, how does it sound? You tell me. And the other reason was my Wi-Fi wasn't actually working until a couple days ago. And finally got it fixed, went on Smogon, found this guy named h81abz, and I just used whatever guys were in my party at the time. They were guys that I probably put there a couple months ago just for fun. And we're going to take them out, see how they can do against this guy's sand team. Sand. Anyway, T-Tower against Napoleon. I'm pretty sure I can live any one hit that he wants to dish out, unless he's like banded or something, but I don't think that really exists in 4th gen, so I'm just going to live. He actually knocks me into Torrent, so I'm going to hit him with the Surf, and that's going to hurt a lot. In fact, it's going to kill him even through the sand boost, so I'm looking something fierce right now. I'm already up 6-5, although he has sand and I have a Shedinja, so it's like, is it really an advantage? So in comes a Jirachi, and I'm not really afraid of this thing, and in fact, I was thinking initially, if he wants to just kill me, then I can bring in Shedinja. It probably won't have anything to hurt Shedinja, and I can set up a Sunny Day and get rid of his sand and not have to worry about it. But he sets up a sub, so that tells me he's probably got T-Bolt, and he's probably going to kill me this turn. So do I want to go to Cresselia? No, not really. I want to just stay in. He actually doesn't even have Thunderbolt, or if he does, he's not going for it when he absolutely should. And Ironhead flinches me the first turn, and it's not going to the second turn, and I'm going to hit him with another Stab, Specs, Torrent boosted Surf, and it's going to roll over this Jirachi. I honestly didn't expect it to kill, but I guess he's got a lot of speed and special attack, or attack investment, I guess. And I just flat out one-shot a Jirachi with this Empoleon, so it's looking something fierce. Sizer comes in. I know he's not going to U-turn because that would give me switch initiative, so I go to Fortress just to take Bullet Punch and Wallet for days. I noticed Life Orb, but in my mind I was like, cool Life Orb, that means it'll hurt less. I didn't think, cool Life Orb, that means he's probably going to have Sword Stance. That thought didn't go through my mind, and I just racked that up to inexperience or lack of playing lately. Rust. It's called a Rust. Come on. So I set up my rocks. I see stuff with an SD, and I'm like, this is not good. I could and probably should go to Cresselia, because that Cresselia can set up a Reflect, and then that'll be fine. But I figure if he's going to Sword Stance again anyway, it doesn't really matter what I do. I may as well just go to Gyarados, get another Intimidate, which actually turns out to be very handy, since if I didn't Intimidate him there, he would have flat out 2-hit KO'd me with Bullet Punch. But instead, I've just got to hope that Waterfall with Life Orb will be able to take him down to a range where Life Orb will kill him. And it looks close. It looks damn close. I really need it because I can't afford to take any kind of hit. Unfortunately, though, he's going to live on like 1 hit point or something stupidly low. And I got to take another hit from this thing. I thought about going to Empoleon, forcing him to go for Bullet Punch, and just swapping back to Fortress. But I thought, no, that's stupid. Why would I do that? That makes no sense. And honestly, it probably would have made sense, but I don't think it turned out to be a factor in the end anyway. I was honestly incredibly afraid of him going for Roost, so I really should have gone to Empoleon to force him to either kill me or die from a Surf. Either way, he goes down. So I thought about that, but I thought, yeah, Fortress should be able to handle it with Earthquake anyway. So Empoleon of his own comes in, scares out my Fortress. I just decide to sacrifice my Empoleon there, and I know that Empoleon can't touch Shedinja, especially this Empoleon, because it looks like his is either Scarf or Specs as well as mine, which is cool that 2 Specs Empoleons are going to face each other. And it's teams like this where I really wish I had a Rainy Day Shedinja that I could use. I've only got Rain Dance, Rainy Day? Jesus. So I set up Sunny Day, because that's the only one I've got, but I've got 2 water guys on this team. Gyarados is already dead, of course, but I got a Kingdra waiting in the wings, so I really should have a Rain Dance for that, but I didn't, so that's just the way that this team was expertly thrown together 5 months ago. So, Cresselia is going to take a Toxic from Heatran. I had to come in. I just set up a light screen because I didn't want him to be offensive and like 2-hit KO me or something. And looks like he's a Toxic Stalling Protect defensive Heatran, so it's probably specially defensive if it's got Toxic, or it could be physically defensive. If it had a Will-O-Wisp, it would be specially defensive, but it's not. So I set up light screen, and Kingdra ×4 resists the only move he can hit me with. So going into it, I took like 17 damage, and then I got burned. That burn really sucks, not from the perspective that it's going to hinder my attack, but it's going to do residual damage, and this is a Resto Chesto one, so I just, God, you'll see. So Empoleon comes in, I'm like, what the hell is this thing gonna do? I'm just gonna set up DDs on it. Like, obviously it walls me, and I think we've seen this before, where Coatay is setting up with a Kingdra against an Empoleon, and he expects it to work out well for him. But you know, I knew I could take another Ice Beam because of, or I could take one of whatever he wanted to do because of Light Screen. So I decided, you know what, let's go for that. We'll go for Rest. And if I hadn't been burned there, I could have gotten one more dance in, I think, don't quote me on that, but I think I could have gotten one more dance, and that would have been very crucial. So I'm just hoping he doesn't crit me or freeze me or whatever, and I'm going to try and go for Waterfalls to get a flinch. And look at that damage. It does, like, it took Stealth Rocks coming in, so it takes a 16th from Stealth Rocks. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to 2-hit KO it from there, I'm going to 2-hit KO it from there anyway at the boost I was at. So I thought, you know what, let's set up another DD, so that way I'll be able to finish it off in one hit, and I'll be a little bit faster and hit a little bit harder. Light Screen wears off at the perfect time. I go for my second Waterfall, and it does less than the first one, which I can't understand. That was so crazy. Like, I literally, what the fuck? I just said, what the hell was that? Because I don't understand. It did the exact same, or in fact, maybe even less, after my third Dragon Dance than it did after I only had 2 dances. I was like, I just couldn't believe that, because I was good to go. But that was the only thing I had that could hurt Heatran, and that pretty much ended my game when I didn't do that. If I had done less the first time, I would have gone for Outrage there, and Outrage would have definitely killed it. And that's what I... God. So that's what I was going for. I was going for... I was too worried about Heatran, because Heatran would obviously resist Outrage, and that would not be cool. So, like, that was it. That was stupid. I don't understand why that happened. I must have gotten absolute max and then absolute min or whatever, and that sucks. Like that, whatever. So a bunch of stuff happened, and I know Shedinja's only going to get one more turn. It can't hurt anything anyway. He's got a Gliscor and he's got a Heatran, both of which are like complete 100% walls of Shedinja. So I figured if I'm going to get one turn, I'm going to want to burn on this Gliscor. And I have nothing to deal with Heatran. Like, Fortress has Earthquake, and if I can somehow, I don't know, pass a Lunar Dance to Fortress, I can maybe live one and then maybe get a crit Earthquake on Heatran, but then Gliscor just comes in and I'm dead, so it doesn't even matter. I have to get rid of Gliscor. I'm in a catch-22. I can't afford to kill Gliscor because I need to set up a Reflect, I need to set up Light Screen, and then I need to go to Fortress to kill both of his guys, and I just can't do that. So Heatran comes in, I just set up Light Screen, and I'm like, okay, go time. I don't know how Lunar Dance works. I've run it before, but I've never really been, like, I've used it like once, so I kind of forget how it works. But you know, I figured if I'm gonna get one shot at this, I'm gonna need a crit, and there's my crit. I needed a crit Earthquake, not a crit Ice Beam. I just went for one because I thought, you know what, maybe I can freeze him and that would be cool, but then he's going for Lava Plume anyway, so that would totally be pointless. But I figure my only chance is if I go for Lunar Dance, and if somehow he Lava Plumes and misses while my Lunar Dance goes off, but that's not the way it works. The mechanics work a little bit differently, so if the mechanics were different, and like if I live this hit, of course, which of course I do live this hit, and then I could have landed an Earthquake, and who knows what happens. Maybe I get a crit, maybe something happens, I don't know. But anyways, that's the match. So I can't understand why I did less with my second Waterfall after an extra boost. Can somebody explain that to me? That would be great. So good game, and probably going to start playing a little bit more, maybe. I don't know, I've got like 5 tests next week, so I kind of need to get on the working for that. That's kind of like the most important week of my life in terms of academic accomplishment, and I need to do good on all these midterms to raise my average, because my average is pretty low. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back with more LP parts eventually, probably after midterms, but you know, thanks for sticking around. It's been a couple months, I guess, since I posted a real battle, other than that RB and the Chief one, which I thought was cool. None of you guys liked it, but I loved that video. It's my favorite one that I've probably put up in a while. So yeah, thank you, see you later.